The video is floating around the internet purporting to demonstrate 6-volt lantern batteries are actually made up of 32 AA batteries. It's just a gag. It's another example of a fool's errand posted on the internet intended to lure like unsuspecting people into opening up lantern batteries. It's probably a myth put out by the battery manufacturers to increase sales of the 6-volt lantern batteries. We're going to debunk that right now on video for you to watch. Exactly what's inside a 6-volt lantern battery is a bunch of strange looking batteries, like the thickness of a D cell, but too long to do anything with on the consumer end, although they probably contain 1.5 volts because they're wired in series, and a smart man or a smart person could hook them up to something somehow, but it would be surely jury-rigged and not useful for anything except bench testing some device or some small LED bulbs or something like that. So just watch what happens when you open up a modern lantern battery. It's totally useless, and don't waste your time. Alright, so here we go. We're going to crack this baby open. I think the best way to do it is just, on this one's got a metal case, we're going to just crack the seam down at the bottom and peel it open. Okay, pretty easy. Debunked. There are no AA's in here. The myth is debunked. Don't ruin. They're wired in a series. This is just like a big D cell, but there's nothing inside of here. Well, this is going to go in my battery recycling bucket. Well, that's one way to ruin a good lantern battery. Actually, it was a used lantern battery. I was just using it for demonstration purposes. But here's the battery recycling bucket. You can see it's labeled battery recycling bucket. And this is where I take it to the local recycling center whenever it fills up. Because we all know the batteries are toxic. They're full of like alkalines and stuff, and if you just throw them in your regular garbage, they're going to end up in the landfill. Here on Long Island, all our solid municipal waste gets trucked to Pennsylvania, so they're going to sit in a landfill in Pennsylvania and slowly leach into the groundwater, poisoning the Pennsylvanians. So I take it upon myself that all the batteries I collect around the house and in my handyman business go into the battery recycling bucket, and I take it down to the local town waste facility whenever the bucket is overflowing, and they properly recycle them, properly disposed of and recycled. So Dino the handyman here takes proper responsibility for old batteries. Even my customers' old batteries, let's say they're paying me my big money that I get, $125 an hour, till I check the smoke alarms in the house and change the batteries. Take the old ones and they get recycled. They don't get thrown in with the solid waste, at least if I'm responsible for them. So even just eyeballing it, it's like a millimeter too long. So we can just regurgitate that 6-volt lantern battery hack video to the scrap pile of internet gags.